Hello. So today I'll be discussing to you the critical thinking. So critical thinking involves analyzing information, evaluating arguments, and making informed decision. So the components of critical thinking is analysis. No? When you say analysis, that is breaking information into parts, no components. So identifying each of the sources, no? The components, that is analysis, no? So breaking and then labeling. No? And then evaluation is assessing the credibility and reliability of information. That means you have a comparison, and then you see if they are the same. No? So inference is drawing conclusion based on evidence. No? So it's more on a like a comparative also. No? Inference is a judgment. Okay. Explanation providing a clear and logical explanation for conclusion. When I say clear, is there's evidence, no? Citation. Logical, it follows the norms and procedures. Okay? So examples of critical thinking, evaluating a research study. For example, critically evaluating a research study on effectiveness of a new medication, considering factors such as sample size, methodology, and potential biases. No? So the critical thinking there is applying critical thinking techniques such as analysis of assumptions. So yeah, because in there is always assumption and beliefs, no, that are the controlling variable in the analysis, no? And evaluation of evidence, that means verifying, comparing, to assess the validity of the study findings, no? Because there is a stated facts, and then if the facts is different from what is currently shown, then that's doubt the correctness. No? Another, analyzing an argument, critically analyzing an argument in favor of new policy, considering factors such as logical fallacies and emotional appeals. So critically means careful consideration. No? So the critical thinking there, applying critical thinking techniques such as recognition of biases. Biases is the assumption, beliefs that can be subjective, no? And evaluation of evidence. So evaluation of evidence comparing to the already established, because evidence have a list of this one, accepted evidence. And then if they are not there, then it tainted the correctness. No? So again, critical thinking to assess the strength and validity of the argument. So valid means checking. No? In solving problem, the uh, thing here using critical thinking to solve complex problems such as business or personal dilemma. So applying critical thinking such as analysis, evaluation, and inference to identify potential solution and make an informed decision. So these are the evaluation example no, of critical thinking. So there are barriers in critical thinking like cognitive biases. What is cognitive biases? Systematic errors, no? In thinking such as confirmation bias or anchoring bias. So bias is culture based, no? Filipino have different beliefs, no? We inherited. So for example, if you're walking and then something on your path, black cat cross, then there's something that will not going right. So that's the belief, no? So again, that's the barrier to critical thinking. So maybe this is just a coincidence, no? In emotional influence, emotions such as fear or anger that can influence critical thinking. So emotional influences, no? So for example, when you're angry, when you're sad, when you're in love, so these are all emotions. So then it affects uh, judgment, no? Critical. And then lack of information is another barrier to critical thinking. Many people believe that the uh, in the early years that when people get severe headache, then maybe caused by the spirit, no? But apparently in the research, they have a high blood, high hypertensive, and then elevated blood sugar, no? So before, it's just on the belief, no? But now there's an evidence, no? So again, with the availability of information, so the critical thinking become more sound. So this, we have to reflect on this, critical thinking. So we will continue our next session. So I hope, you learn, and thank you for staying with us, no? Okay, bye-bye.